Thank you very much, Leonore. If the world can do, if we can do this, the world can do this better. That's a very nice summary. And I want to call out that when it was unclear what would happen here, you were there to help. And it was a big moment when you arrived to help the people of Punta de Choros make the right decision here, the people of Chile. Thank you for that. Our next speaker is Antha Williams, the lead at the Environment Program at the Bloomberg Philanthropies. Antha.
Thank you. Buenos dias. Many thanks, first off, to President Bachelet and Minister Munoz and the government of Chile for bringing us all together here at our Ocean 2015. And special thanks and congratulations for the amazing announcement of the Desventuradas Marine Reserve. It's an incredible victory, and we were really pleased to be able to support our partners at Oceana to support those efforts here in Chile. It's a really amazing commitment here, so thank you. And of course, we'd like to thank Secretary Kerry and the US State Department for continued leadership on these issues. At Bloomberg Philanthropies, we're proud to be a major funder of efforts to protect and restore the world's oceans. We support world-class partners like Oceana, who I mentioned, RARE, Encourage Capital, Pew, and Oceans 5 and its members. And Bloomberg Philanthropies is the philanthropic organization of Michael Bloomberg, the entrepreneur and founder of Bloomberg LP and the former three-term mayor of New York. We work on issues ranging from public health and education to arts and the environment, including oceans. And our mission is really to ensure better, longer lives for the greatest number of people. And so it's no accident that we arrived on a strategy around oceans that really focuses on protecting and restoring oceans, not just because they're beautiful places, but about protecting and restoring the source of a major portion of the protein for 3 billion people. For us, investing in the oceans is not just about conservation. It's about investing in some of our most basic assets so they can continue to perform now and for the long term. As a result, we launched a Vibrant Oceans initiative last year, which brings together 3 world-class partners in Chile, Brazil, and the Philippines to work on 3 different approaches simultaneously to restore the world's fisheries. Here's a quick introduction. I'm going to show you a quick video to what this work looks like in the Philippines.
A billion people depend on the oceans every day for their main source of protein. We have a short period of time to figure out how to protect the ocean.
That challenge that the Bloomberg Philanthropies brought us led us to realize that this whole idea of the food benefits of a robust ocean hadn't been focused on enough.
The interesting idea about the Vibrant Oceans initiative, which is both trying to save the oceans and feed the world, is that you can do that through this series of interventions. Oceana is trying to, at a national level, change regulations and policy to stop overfishing from the industrial fishing fleets. RARE is working to try to help communities understand the natural resources they have and protect them. And we're basically coming in with finance and trying to use private capital as a lever to induce people to change behavior.
In one area that we've chosen to focus on together, which is called the Tanyon Strait, you've got these local government units, and they each have what are called municipal waters. So it's like 15 kilometers out is their area. But then on the other hand, you have commercial fishers that also intrude into these municipal waters. And that's kind of where we're hoping to start working with groups like Oceana that's going to be focusing on commercial fisheries enforcement.
We're saying establish national policies that take a longer-term view, that require that the catch limits be set in line with science, require that nursery habitat be protected, and reduce what's called bycatch. You do those 3 things, you will put more fish in the water.
If only the small fishers, or the municipal fishers as we call them, are allowed to fish, our poverty incidence will decline by not less than 10%.
We managed to run campaigns that saw changes in behavior. People would stop destructive practices. They would use the right gear, stay away from no-take zones, and let the fish recover there. And we actually saw conservation results.
I hope also that someday that I can say that I've been part of the solution for the preservation of Tanyon Strait.
We have a bigger fish catch net, so we must take good care of the sanctuary. We must guard it because the fish have returned.
Bloomberg Philanthropies has really made this work possible. We're seeing fish stocks rebound. We're seeing habitat get protected. In some cases, we're literally seeing coral cover rebound. We weren't even sure this was possible, and it's definitely inspiring.
As you can see, we're very encouraged to see these early results of the program, to see things like fish abundance increasing by nearly 20%. And so today we're pleased to commit to spend at least $10 million this year in support of these efforts in Chile, Brazil, and the Philippines, and the partnership between Oceana, RARE, and Encourage Capital. We further commit to undertaking robust evaluation of the program so that these methods are relevant not just to the geographies where we're currently piloting the work, but can be expanded and rolled out more broadly in key geographies around the world. Finally, as part of our Ocean 2015 here, our partner Encourage Capital, as you've heard, just released the first in a series of investment blueprints for the fisheries sector that we support in partnership with the Rockefeller Foundation. The blueprints, which are focused on iconic Chilean fisheries, are designed to show how private capital can support the transition to sustainable fishing. And the first focuses on how private investment can help restore the iconic common hake fishery, which includes both industrial and artisanal fishers. And the second looks at how investments can help create more sustainable and profitable small-scale fisheries in communities along the Chilean coast, with a focus on species including razor clams, mussels, scallops, and king crab. What's new here is the level of detail and analysis that the blueprints provide, and they provide, we think, a unique perspective on the types of deals that can be structured, as well as a methodology for how we can look at and evaluate such deals in additional geographies and species. Finally, we commit to helping disseminate these blueprints broadly. So again, the lessons that we learn here in Chile and with these key fisheries and species can be applied much more broadly. Thank you.
Thank you, Antha. Everybody here who knows Mayor Bloomberg knows that he's one of those people who brings together a very hard-nosed business approach together with an enormous experience in policymaking, and that's very evident in your approach, and it's enormously powerful. Chuck Fox, the leader of Oceans 5, an ocean consortium, is our next ocean champion.
Thank you, Andy. Distinguished leaders, conference participants, it's a real pleasure to be here. And Andy, our host, you have assembled an enviable record at Oceana, and congratulations for all the wonderful work you're doing. I am a very, very lucky man. I serve a group of remarkable organizations and individuals who are dedicated to ocean conservation. And they are amazing in their spirit of collaboration and their fundamental desire to support projects that have an impact on the world's environment. The organization Oceans 5 has grown organically over the past 4 years. It now includes 10 partners and members: the Oak Foundation, Planet Heritage Foundation, the Waite Foundation, the Marisla Foundation, Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, the Paul M. Angel Family Foundation, Tiffany and Company Foundation, the Moore Charitable Foundation, Bloomberg Philanthropies, and Bill and Shannon Joy. We are immensely appreciative of the leadership shown by Secretary Kerry and Minister Munoz here at this conference, and other world leaders who have participated in these conferences over the past 2 years. These leaders have taken bold action to protect the marine environment, to constrain illegal fishing, and to improve sustainable fishing.
It is in this spirit of bold action that Oceans 5 would like to support with a new commitment of our own. On behalf of our 10 partners and members, it is my pleasure to announce today that we will provide $8 million in 2016 to support new marine protected areas, actions to control illegal fishing, and to promote sustainable fishing worldwide. We are an organization that is inspired by leadership and opportunity. We pledge to work with any interested government, any interested NGO, any interested civic association in developing globally significant projects that can help change the problems affecting the world's oceans. In our short 4-year history, we have supported about 25 projects to some remarkable grantees who are already delivering measurable results. For example, we supported 3 different NGO collaborations working in the United States, the European Union, and Central America to improve seafood traceability, to combat illegal fishing. These organizations continue to work successfully with governments, helping to establish new protocols, new regulations, and programs to better control illegal fishing. We supported President Tong and the government of Kiribati, which recently established a fully protected area of almost 400,000 square kilometers in the Pacific. Indeed, it was President Tong's personal commitment at last year's conference that inspired the Waite Foundation and Oceans 5 to make a sizable 5-year commitment to help implement the new Phoenix Islands protected area. Oceans 5 also provided support to a coalition of 7 NGOs working to secure CITES Appendix 2 listing for 5 species of threatened sharks. These organizations work strategically with like-minded governments in Africa and Latin America, as well as other NGOs, to help secure what will likely become the most significant shark conservation action in the past decade. The Arctic and the Antarctic have also been a priority of Oceans 5, beginning with our very first grant to help establish a marine protected area in the Ross Sea and East Antarctica. We have also made multiple grants to support MPA work in Russia, Canada, and Alaska in the United States. I'd like to close with a request. Please let us know how we can help you achieve your objectives. Please feel free to contact us or any of our partners and members. We are particularly interested in collaborative projects that provide globally significant benefits to the people of this world. If you've got an idea, please let us know. Thank you again to Secretary Kerry, Minister Munoz, and to our wonderful panels here for the great work you're doing on behalf of the oceans. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chuck. We are so glad to have this new set of resources to the cause. And then everybody who knows that Chuck is a very tough policy analyst and strategist, and we're very grateful that your brain works on that, on the oceans every day. Our final ocean champion is Ann Earhart, chair of the Marisla Foundation.
Your Serene Highness, esteemed colleagues, good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here today. I'd firstly like to thank the Chilean government for its impressive commitment to healthy oceans by designating large and important marine protected areas, particularly Las Desaventuras. I grew up by the Pacific Ocean and loved everything about the sea. In my early 20s, I saw my first gray whale, but did not know then how that would affect my life's work, which has become marine conservation internationally through the Marisla Foundation over the last 25 years. As a young mother, I started to realize the effect that man was having on the environment: deforestation, chemicals in our environments, and overexploitation on the land and in the sea. My children and I spent weeks with the whales in Baja California and months helping to research spotted dolphins in the Bahamas. But along with these transcendent experiences were other not so transcendent experiences. Hearing explosions underwater while diving in Indonesia. Seeing one shark in 30 dives, again, in Indonesia. I knew things were changing. Add in climate change, ocean acidification, and I knew that the ocean was in deep trouble. Now, I'm a grandmother, and I feel a sense of urgency. I want my grandson to know the sense of joy and awe of a healthy ocean filled with its mysterious and fantastic creatures. I want him to experience the great whales, sleek dolphins, and fish of all sizes, shapes, and colors. I know that nature can recover, given a chance. I've seen the proof at places like Cabo Pulmo that we saw yesterday, with its almost 500% increase in biomass. I've seen Palmyra Atoll in the Pacific, almost destroyed by the US military in the run-up to World War II, but now recovered, a fully healthy and restored reef system teeming with sharks and fish. But places and the creatures in the oceans need time and space to do that. Illegal, unregulated, and then of course unreported fishing puts that vision in jeopardy. I believe that the health of the ocean is intrinsically linked to humanity's survival, our very air and basic subsistence for billions of people that depend on it. So we at the Marisla Foundation have decided to support, for $1.5 million, Global Fishing Watch. Global Fishing Watch has been developed by Google, SkyTruth, and Océano. It will use satellite data to monitor hundreds of thousands of boats in the world's oceans. This data will be provided in a simple, open, and globally available online platform to visualize, track, and share information about ocean fishing activity. This data can be used by governments, local communities, fishers, academics, and just plain old citizens. Better data will empower all those concerned with information needed to rebuild overexploited fisheries and even out the playing field for those fishing responsibly. It can help restore biodiversity to the oceans as it reduces IUU and its attendant bycatch. Thank you, everyone here, for all of your hard work on behalf of the oceans. I'd ask you to all urge your governments and fellow citizens to do all that they can to ensure that we have a healthy ocean that can carry us, our children and our grandchildren, into a sustainable future. Now, we'll see a brief video explaining just how Global Fishing Watch works, narrated by Alexandra Cousteau. Thank you.
Global Fishing Watch, a new partnership between Google, Océano, and SkyTruth, will illuminate commercial fishing by analyzing billions of AIS data points, the Automatic Identification System. It provides information about the boats, such as the ship name, course, and speed, and showing where the larger fishing boats are actually fishing. This means that citizens and organizations anywhere in the world with internet access will be able to see and get information about commercial ocean fishing activity that they can use to pressure governments and industry to strengthen fisheries management and enforce fishing laws. Fishermen, local citizens, and businesses dependent on the ocean and fish will be empowered by Global Fishing Watch to show they are fishing legitimately and abiding by the rules, and to hold their governments accountable for enforcing policies put in place to ensure fishing is sustainable. Global Fishing Watch will make it possible for citizens and organizations to see where and when trackable vessels are fishing, recently and in the past. Look at this vessel. Here's the Kai Li departing from China on January 7, 2012. By analyzing its movements, it is possible to determine when the ship appears to be fishing and when it's in transit to the fishing ground or headed back to port. What do we see here? We see some interesting things. Why are there these big blue holes in the Pacific where the fishing ships don't go? Let's go back to the view on the other map. Let's turn on national ocean boundaries. And there's our answer. These fishing captains know there's an invisible fence in the water, and they fish up to the national boundary. This happens to be the United States Exclusive Economic Zone. U.S. vessels may be fishing in this area using a different monitoring system, but international vessels are apparently avoiding it. They know which countries enforce the law and which ones don't. And this shows that fishery enforcement works when the resources are there to do it.
Thank you very much, Ann. We're seeing you lead once again to do something really important. We're very grateful. We have 3 announcements of additional commitments from the room today, from the floor. The first is from Mr. Ricardo Boss-Hard, Director of WWF Chile.
Thank you very much, distinguished panel, Prince Albert.
Panel, Príncipe Alberto. Let me tell you a short story. 300,000 whales worldwide before indiscriminate killing. 300 left. They recovered. Today, 10% of the world whale population comes to the coast of Chile, and Chile is taking responsibility for this. Chile has researched the negative impact of salmon farming. You've all enjoyed the salmon here, but this same area where whales go also produces 30% of world production. We have decided that this challenge, and as the conference has shown, is tremendous. We cannot continue on parallel paths. That is why we have approached the salmon farmers and asked them to improve their techniques and go a step further. The commitment today is to do research, monitoring, and especially mitigation of the industry and its effect on whales. The minister yesterday said that this is a challenge. I would describe it as leaving our comfort area. Otherwise, we will do nothing. The agreement was signed by the Minister of the Economy, of the Environment, the Maritime Authorities, the Australian University, and many others, including salmon farmers. And we would like to highlight that hopefully, on account of the relevance of this agreement, maybe every year we can do something more. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for that commitment. We're very grateful. Second, Ms. Kirsten Evans of the Nature Conservancy.
Muy buenos días, Su Alteza Real, estimados participantes. Y también agradecemos al Gobierno de Chile por un evento tan importante y bello. I'm Kirsten Evans from the Nature Conservancy. We welcome the announcement by Senator Kerry that the United States has contributed $5 million towards COAST, the Caribbean Ocean Assets Sustainability Facility. As the largest conservation organization working across the Caribbean, we are excited to be a founding member of COAST. We see fisheries insurance as an innovative mechanism to blend private finance, public funding, to address food security, climate resilience, and more sustainable fisheries. To this end, the Nature Conservancy is pleased to announce our commitment to contribute $2 million of aligned funding for fisheries management capacity building in the region in support of the COAST Initiative. Through our ongoing projects in Jamaica and in other countries through the Caribbean, we look forward to the success of this innovative model of public-private civil society partnership. We see this as an important contribution towards implementing the Global Alliance on Climate Smart Agriculture. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Evans and the Nature Conservancy. That's very, very wonderful news. And our last additional commitment today is to be presented by Dr. Bob Cook, the Conservation Program Director for the Leona M. and Harry B. Helmsley Charitable Trust. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy, and congratulations to you and the panel for a really wonderful, inspiring session, and also to our hosts, the Chilean government, and to the United States government for an inspiring conference. The Leona M. and Harry B. Helmsley Trust has committed approximately $6 million this coming year to grant-making in marine conservation. The trust supports work to assist coastal communities, promote sustainable fisheries, establish and manage marine protected areas, and to improve high seas governance. It is the Trust's hope to continue to fund at this level or greater in the coming years. Thank you.
So thank you very much. That's a wonderful additional news. I want to thank everybody here for this morning's set of commitments and action steps in behalf of rebuilding an ocean full of fish for people to fish and to eat. And really an inspiring morning. Thank you, everybody on the panel, and thank you, everybody here.